not a puppet. I'm a real boy.
What are your thoughts on what Justin Trudeau's done with his government?
It's a betrayal of meritocracy.
Okay,
Because
explain it.
there shouldn't. The only thing that should be considered in any job that you take or any position that you have is the merits of what you can do. What can you add? What value do you have? Are your ideas good? It should be only based on that. It shouldn't be based on, are you a female, are you male, are you Muslim, are you Christian?
Yeah,
how do you represent me on things that you can't change?
Yeah.
Or generally, I mean, you can change religion, but you can't change your skin color, you can't change your ethnicity. So those things shouldn't matter. What should matter is how good are you at what you do? Or in politics, for example, how good are your ideas? Are your ideas better than these ideas? Do they stand the critique better than these ideas? You know, is your idea of free markets better than someone's idea of planned economy? Why is it better? Argue it, and then whoever comes out on top in the court of public opinion generally will win.
That when social justice, as I see it, as we practice in this country, when social justice demands equal treatment, it is justice, it is right, it is good. And when it demands equal outcomes without concern for inputs or differences, it is unjust. And the only way to achieve those equal outcomes is through injustice. If it would simply do this, then most of the conflicts with truth would go away and we wouldn't need the schism.
If the statistics are measuring unequal treatment, that's one thing. If it's measuring different choices made by men and women in terms of their jobs, that's a different thing. So what I'm wondering is if there were a lot more men in childcare, that would be a good example. It's not a high-paid occupation and it's overwhelmingly women employed in it. What would that do to the statistics that you're capturing and your calculation of the gender pay gap?
I would have to, until that happens, I can't tell you, Senator.
There's a lie by omission in the way that they measure it, which is that they don't take into account the average hours worked. They don't take into account the risks of the industries and why some industries are paid more than others. I mean, there's a reason that someone that works on an oil rig gets paid more than someone who works in a classroom. That's because they might not even get their whole salary by the end of the year, mainly because they could just die. So there's a big risk to it. There are reasons why people get paid different things for different things.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why different genders go into different things. You know, teaching is female dominated, bricklaying is male dominated, working on oil rigs is male dominated, in the military it's male dominated, in nursing it's female dominated. There are temperamental things that make that happen. There's a reason that STEM is majority male and nursing is majority female, because nurses, what do they do as a job? It's a very empathetic job. You're dealing with people that need care. It's a very maternal thing to do, to give someone care when they need it.